In 2004, I was diagnosed with cancer, and the cancer I had is called oral squamous cell carcinoma. My cancer was on the back of my tongue. And once I was diagnosed, treatment had to be at Princess Mary Hospital in Toronto. So from the time I started the process, working up to the treatment, I was driving every day back and forth between Toronto and Alberta and Toronto. And after a while, it became too tedious. So I used the volunteer drivers as a means of getting back and forth. And then when I became too sick to even do that, I would have a volunteer driver pick me up on Monday, drive me down to Princess Margaret, and I would stay at the Princess Margaret Lodge for the week, and the volunteer driver would bring me home on Friday. And then the next Monday we start the whole process all over again. And that went on for 7 weeks. So after that experience, I knew that I had to do something to, we use the term give back. To me it's more than give me back. It's something I have to do.
And in terms of your clients, is there an age bracket, or have you driven a wide variety of people?
A wide variety, yeah.
In ages?
Yeah, the youngest one was 4.
Wow. Well, and since you're talking about that, is there one in your mind that kind of stands out?
Yeah, this 4-year-old.
Yeah?
Yeah. She's my sweetheart. When I first picked her up in 2004, I went into the house. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and got the car seat put in my car, went back in, and the mother handed her to me. And she put her arms around my neck, and I was hooked. Yeah. So I took her to Sick Kids and took her inside, set her in a wheelchair, and I said to the mother, I'll be waiting down here. And she said, what are you going to be doing? I said, well, I'm just going to wait here for you. He says, do you mind helping me with her? So they did that for 3 years with her.
Wow.
We drove, for the first 2 years, we drove every week to Toronto. 4 o'clock in the morning till 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So, yeah. And she's still my buddy. She lives in Alberta, but we're still on Facebook. And
did you know the cancer that she was being treated for? Or?
Yeah, she had leukemia.
Leukemia.
Yeah.
And now
she's fine.
All
Yeah.
is good.
She's the same age as my granddaughter, and they're on Facebook together. And
that's fantastic.
Good story.
That's fantastic. I've heard all 3 of you refer to the clients. Linda, I'd like you to maybe talk to us about why are they called clients? Why do you refer to them as clients?
Because that's what they are. We want them to feel like a person and a client first. We want them to think of being a patient. Mm-hmm. It's just a mind thing, I think. Also, one thing I wanted to mention about this peer support, Anthony, you don't have to have cancer to be on the peer support program. Like, if my mother, say, was living with me and she had cancer and I had to care for her and I was struggling, then I might get peer support as a caregiver.
Excellent. So it's available to the extended, to the immediate family as well.
Anybody that thinks that they, you know, if you're talking to somebody at the doctor's office or somebody at the clinic or somebody at the hospital and you reach out and say, you know, I just don't know how I'm going to do this. I really need some help. Then you can be on that phone from just as a caregiver or a husband or a wife, or you don't have to actually have cancer.